Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome you all to Fahm al Quran, and inshallah we're gonna do in two parts. Today we are doing JUZ 20 part 1, and we are covering each and every ayah inshallah, and it's a short summary. Let's start. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. We're going to start from Surah Al-Naml, ayah number 60. Let's see that ayat inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أمن خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل لكم من السماء ماء فأنبتنا به حدائق ذات بهجة ما كان لكم أن تنبتوا شجرها إله مع الله بل هم قوم يعدلون. Is he not best who created the heavens and the earth, sent down for you the rain from the sky, causing to grow thereby gardens of joyful beauty, which you could not others have grown the trees thereof? Is there a deity with Allah? No, but they are people who ascribe equals to him. And then ayah number 61, is he not best who made the earth a stable ground, and placed with its rivers, and made for it firmly set mountains, and placed between the two seas sets as a barrier? Is there a deity with Allah? No, but most of them do not know. Is he not the best who responds to the desperate one, whom no one hears, which he calls upon him and removes evil and makes you inheritors of the earth? Is there a deity with Allah? Little do you remember. This is ayah number 62. Is he not the best who guides you through darknesses of the land and sea, and who sends the wind as a good tidings before his mercy? Is there a deity with Allah? High is above whatever they associate. Allah is asking again and again, is there any deity? There is no deity. Is he not the best who begins creation and then repeats it, who provides you for you from the heavens and the earth? Is there any deity with Allah? Say, produce your proof if you should be truthful. If we reflect around us, then just a cursory like a glance will show to us that this universe is indeed a very very big, so big, so huge that our minds cannot even uh, know the exact size. So Ilahumma Allah, is there any God like other than Allah? No, it's not possible. Like in ayah number 61, then we asked, who is it that made this earth a stable ground? Look at how the earth is constantly moving, constantly rotating, right? But do we feel that movement? No, we don't. So how stable it is. And who is it respond to the desperate when in ayah number 62, as I mentioned, that is Muttara, is the one who is so desperate that he called upon anything possible and has not heard a response. Basically, Muttara is the one who is in a desperate situation whom no one has heard, no one has responded to. So then the person who is it he called upon, eventually, ultimately he calls upon to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh God, I know that you are there, help me. Even you know that, like it said, there are no atheists in the middle of the ocean, right? So what happens, people who reject what happens when they are in the most difficult situation? Why is it that they are calling out for help? Who can hear them? They know that none in the creation can hear. But still, why is it they are calling out? It's for the Allah, it's for the God they are calling. إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ, and who is it that removes troubles from you and then he gives you the time to live on the earth? أَإِلَهُ مَعَ اللَّهِ, is there any God with Allah? No, there isn't. قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ, little is that you pay heed. So here there's a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, when a Muslim supplicates to Allah in which there is no sin or severing of the ties, we have to remember that severing of the ties, then Allah certainly gives him one of the three. Either his dua is accepted first, or reward is stored for the akhirah, second thing, or the hardship is removed from him, that is third thing. So the Sahaba said, then we will increase much, meaning we will make a lot of dua. So we all should make a lot of dua. Prophet ﷺ said, Allahu Akbar, Allah can give more than that, meaning no matter how much you ask Allah, Allah can give you even more than that. And so we should make a lot of dua. And in ayah number 63, then who is the guides you through the darknesses of the land and the sea? Who is it that sends winds bringing good news before his mercy? Because when the winds blow, you hear the rustling of the leaves and you see the sky is also covered in the clouds. What do you expect generally? Rain, like it happens, you know. How the things changes here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ta'ala Allahu amma yushrikun. Like Allah is exalted above what they associate with, completely abandoning the shirk. And in ayah number 64, وَمَنْ يَرْزُقُهُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Who provides you from the sky and earth? Could there be another God with Allah? No, there isn't. Only Allah is there. قل لا يعلم من في السماوات والأرض الغيب إلا الله. Say, none in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen except Allah. They do not perceive when they will resurrect it. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ أَيْنَ يُبْعَثُونَ. How they look after those who are alive when they don't even know themselves when they will be resurrected. بَلِ دَارَكَ الْمُهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ. Rather, their knowledge is arrested concerning the hereafter. Their knowledge is means rather they are in doubt about it. Balhum fi shakkim minha, meaning they don't have faith in the hereafter. And balhum minha umun, rather they are concerning it is in blind. Umun is from umyun. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And those who disbelieve, they say, when we have become dust, as well as our forefathers, will we indeed be brought of the graves? They don't believe in such thing in the hereafter, so they keep on asking, لَقَدْ وُئِدْنَا هَذَا نَحْنُ. We have been promised this, we and our forefathers before. This is not but legends of the former peoples. Meaning we have been hearing this from so long, but till now resurrection hasn't happened. That's what they are saying. It's just legend tales. They don't believe in the hereafter. And in ayah number 69, say, travel through the land and observe how was the end of the criminals. Means people denied and they died. وَلَا تَحْزَنْ عَلَيْهِمْ. And grieve not over them, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do not grieve over them or in distress from what they conspire. Means, just convey the message. Don't be grievous. And they say, when is the fulfillment of the promise? If you should be truthful, say, perhaps it is close behind you, some of what for which you are impatient. Meaning, they are impatient of the akhirah, when the punishment will be there. Indeed, your Lord is full of bounty for the people, but most of them do not show gratitude. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَيَعْلَمُ. And indeed, your Lord knows what their breast conceal and what they declare. Everything Allah knows. Nothing can be concealed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is nothing concealed within the heavens and the earth except that is in a clear register. Imagine this, there is nothing concealed with heaven and earth except that in a clear register, meaning every detail of every creature is recorded with Allah. Means He has the knowledge and the ability. Indeed, this Quran relates to the children of Israel, most of that over which they disagree. And indeed, its guidance and the mercy for the believers. Indeed, your Lord will judge between them by His wise judgment. He is the exalted, mighty, and knowing. So rely upon Allah, indeed, are upon the clear truth. فَتَوَكَّلَ اللَّهِ إِنَّكَ عَلَى الْحَقِّ الْمُبِينِ. Trust upon Allah, indeed, you are upon the clear truth. So be confident about it. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى. Indeed, you will not make the dead hear, nor will you make the deaf hear the call when they have turned their backs retreating. Means, dead, they are in the grave. Even the people who are deaf, because they don't want to hear the hidayah, that's the guidance. And you cannot guide the blind away from their error. You will only make hear those who believe in our verses. They are Muslims, they submit to Allah. For hearing, you should be Muslim. You should submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is so important. And when the word befalls, then we will bring forth a creature from the earth speaking to them, saying that people were of the verses not certain in faith. The creature Dabbatul fil earth will come. So here that is mentioned. And here the Prophet ﷺ said, when the creature of the earth will emerge, it will put a mark on the people's nose And these people will remain among you until if a man will buy a camel and he would be asked that, who did you buy it from? He would say, I bought it from one of the people who has a mark on his nose. Meaning the creature will put mark for what reason? Allahu Alam. Allah knows the best. And here in ayah number 83, Surah Al-Naml, and one of the day, then we will gather from every nation a company of those who deny our signs, and they will driven in rows. Faujin mimman yukazibuna bi ayatina fahum yuzaun. An army of groups, the people who deny our ayahs. Hatta iza ja'u, until when they arrive at the place of judgment. He will say, did you deny my signs while you encompass them in knowledge? أَكَذَّبْتُمْ بِآيَاتِي وَلَمْ تُحْبِطُوا بِهَا عِلْمًا. Because the fact is that one who denies the ayah, Allah, He is doing it. He is denying them best of on what? Partial knowledge and all those. This is like incomplete knowledge. Allah has all the knowledge. Amma kuntum ta'malun. What was it you were doing? Allah knows about. And the decree will fall for the wrong they did, and they will not able to speak that. Alam yaro, and do they not see? Anna ja'alna layla liyastakunu fihi wa nahara mubsira, that we made the night they may rest therein, day giving sight. Indeed, in that are the signs for the people who believe. And here, uh, وَيَوْمَ يُنْفَخُ فِي الصُّورِ, ayah number 87, and the day the horn will be blown, and whoever in the heaven and the earth on the earth will be terrified, except who Allah wills. And وَكُلُّ أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ, and all will come to be humble. وَتَرَى الْجِبَالَ تَحْسَبُوهَا جَامِدَةً, and you see the mountains thinking them rigid while they will pass as the passing of the clouds. How the clouds are passing, that's how the mountains going to pass. It is the work of Allah who perfect all things. Indeed, He is acquainted with that which you do. مَنْ جَاءَ بِالْحَسَنَةِ فَلَهُ خَيْرٌ مِنْهَا, whoever comes at the judgment with a good deed will have better than it. وَهُمْ مِنْ فَزَاءٍ يَوْمَئِذٍ آمِنُونَ, and they from the terror of the day will be safe. And here we see إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ وَهُمْ مِنْ فَزَاءٍ يَوْمَئِذٍ مِنْهُمْ. The Prophet ﷺ said, among the best excellent of your days is Friday. On it Adam was created, on it died, on it trumpet will also be blown. So invoke more blessing on that day. So here when we are talking about trumpet, it will be also on the Friday. The Prophet ﷺ said, Allah has prohibited the earth from consuming the bodies of the prophets. And whoever comes with a good deed will have better than it. They are from the terror of that day will be safe. And in ayah number 19, whoever comes with an evil deed, their faces will be overturned into the fire. And it will be said, are you recompensed except for what you used to do? And whoever comes with the evil deed, the faces will overturn into the fire. And then in ayah number 91, say, I have only been commanded to worship the Lord of the city, Makkah, who made it sacred, and to him belong all the things. And I commanded to be of the Muslim, those who surrender to Allah. And I have been commanded to recite the Quran, and whoever is guided, only guided for the benefit of himself. And whoever astrays, then say, I am only one of the warners. That's what Rasulullah ﷺ is saying. وَقُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ, and say, all praises is due to Allah. He will show you His signs, and you will recognize them, and your Lord is not unaware whatever you do. Surah Al-Qasas, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Tasin Mim Tilka Ayatul Kitabil Mubin. These are the verses of the clear book. We recite to you from the news of Musa. Pharaoh is the truth for a people who believe. Indeed, Pharaoh exalted himself in the land and made its people into the faction. He divided the people, oppressing a sector among them, slaughtering their newborn sons, and keeping their females alive. Indeed, he was of the corrupters. وَنَزِيدُ أَن نُمَنُّ عَلَى الَّذِينَ اسْتَضْعِفُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. We wanted to confer favor upon those who were oppressed in the land. وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ أَئِمَّةً, and make them leaders. وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ وَارِثِينَ, and make them inheritors. Numakkina lahum fil ard, and establish them in the land, and show Pharaoh and his minister. Minister, who was the minister? Haman. And their soldiers through them what they feared. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِهِ. Now talking about Ummi Musa. And we inspired to the mother of Musa, suckle him, nurse him to Musa. When you fear for him, cast him into the river. And do not fear and do not grieve. Indeed, we will return him to you, will make him one of the messenger. Who is saying Allah is giving the console to the heart of the Ummi Musa. And the family of Pharaoh picked him up. Now she left in the water and family of in the river, out of the river, so that he would come to them an enemy and a cause of the grief. La taqafil wa tahzani. And then they took it. Indeed, Pharaoh and Haman, their soldiers, were deliberate sinners. Kanu khati'een. And wife of the Pharaoh said, he will be comfort of the eye for me, for you. Do not kill him. She said, no, not to kill. Perhaps, they don't have children. She thought we can, adopt that child. We may adopt him as a son. And they perceive not. وَأَصْبَحَ فُؤَادُ أُمِّ مُوسَى فَارِغًا. And now look at the heart of the Musa alayhi salam's mother. And the heart of Musa's mother became empty of all else. She was about to disclose the matter concerning Musa, had we not bound fast to her heart that she would be of the believers. Meaning, if Allah did not give her that strength, she would have told everybody that baby is actually my child. I put him in the river and my baby got there. She would have let go of the secret, because especially for women to keep a secret is very difficult, isn't it? Especially it concerns your child, you cannot keep it. So she already decided and she was about to say, but like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but qulubihim, tied her heart. And we should also make dua in such matters, may Allah keep our heart firm. And she said to his sister, sister of the Musa alayhi salam, follow him, even though she making dua and everything, but said, go and follow him. So she watched him from a distance while they perceived not. Very carefully she was watching it. وَحَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِ مَرَابِيَ مِنْ قَبْلُ. And we had prevented from him all wet nurses. And now he is not drinking milk. So she said, shall I direct you to the household that will be responsible for him for you, while they are to him his upbringing sincere. Now the sister of Musa, she is directing. So we restored him to his mother. Now he is back to his mother. Subhanallah. And that she might be content and not grieve, and that she would know that the promise of Allah is true. But most of the people do not know. And then later the ayah number 14, when he attained his full strength, who? Musa alayhi salam, and was mentally mature, Musa alayhi salam, we bestowed upon him judgment and knowledge. And thus do we reward the doers of good. Means he is a Muslim. And in ayah number 15 onwards, and he entered the city. Musa alayhi salam, when he had reached full strength, he was mentally mature, he entered the city. At the time of in attention by its people, and found therein two men fighting. He saw two men fighting to each other. One from his faction, meaning the Bani Israel, and one from his enemy, meaning the people of Pharaoh. And the one from his faction called for the help. For the person from the Bani Israel, he called for the help. So he went there. One from his enemy. So Musa alayhi salam helped him, and he struck the other person. He didn't do it intentionally. He did unintentionally. He was killed, because Musa alayhi salam has so much strength. Musa alayhi salam said, this is from the work of Shaitan. Indeed, he is a manifest misleading enemy. And then he realized that in ayah number 16, Musa alayhi salam said, Qala Rabbi inni zalamtu nafsi. Musa alayhi salam said, my Lord, indeed I have wronged myself. Faghfirli, so forgive me. What happened? Faghfir, and Allah forgave him. Innahu huwa ghafurur rahim. Indeed, he is forgiving and most merciful. So whenever you do mistake, don't look for the excuses. Ask forgiveness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. and we should do that. They are the kalimat of forgiveness. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Subhanakallah, Umma inni zalamtu nafsi faghfirli fa innahu la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta. And this also, La ilaha illa anta inni qad zalamtu nafsi faghfirli dhunuba illa yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta. Inni, this thing also you can say. And here in ayah number 17, قَالَ رَبِّي بِمَا أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيَّ فَلَنْ أَكُونَ زَهِيرًا لِلْمُجْرِمِينَ. He said, my Lord, for the favor you bestowed upon me, I will never be an assistant to the criminal. He is saying that. Who? Musa alayhi salam. And what happened then? He became inside the city, fearful and anticipating exposure. Then suddenly, the one who sought his help the previous day, he cried out to him once again. And then what happened, Musa alayhi salam said to him, indeed, you are an evident, persistent deviator. And when he wanted to strike one of enemy to both of them, he said, oh Musa, do you intend to kill me as you killed somebody else? Now he's blaming that Bani Israel person. So you only want to me to tyrant the land, you want me to the amenders? And a man came from the farthest end of the city running to Musa alayhi salam. He said, O Musa, indeed the eminent ones, meaning the leaders, are conferring you and intending to kill you. He informed to Musa alayhi salam. So he left the city. Indeed, I am to you the sincere advisor. He said he was a sincere advisor. So he said, you should run away from here. So Musa alayhi salam left the city, fearful and anticipating. Apprehension. He didn't take anything. Just imagine, he don't have anything right now. قَالَ رَبِّي نَجِّنِي مِنَ الْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. He said, my Lord, save me from the wrongdoing people. And now he went. And then he directed himself towards Madian. Now he's going towards the Madian. He said, perhaps, Lord, guide me. Now he's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's going and also asking dua. We should make dua every time. And when he came to the well of the Madian, now he reached some place and there is a well in the Madian. He found there a crowd of people watering their flocks, and found aside from there 2 women driving back their flocks. He said, what is your circumstances? They said, we do not water until the shepherd dispatch their flocks, and our father is an old man. فَسَقَى لَهُمَا. So he watered their flocks for them. Now he helped them. And then he went back to the shade and said, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. Look at him. He's so sincere and humble. And in the shade of the tree, he started making dua. So you should also make dua. This is very beautiful dua. Indeed, I am for whatever good you should send down to me in need. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. So humbly he is making dua. Then one of the 2 women came to him walking with shyness. So here in ayah number 25 we learn, how a woman should walk with the shyness, with the haya. She said, indeed my father invites you that he may reward you for having watered for us. He wants to pay you. Now he just made the dua. Now dua is answered. So when he came to him, he related to him the story. He said, fear not, you have escaped from the wrongdoing people. He tell the whole story to that woman's father, that lady's father, and said, this is the thing happened. I'm not the person who will kill any innocent person. One of the women said, oh my father, hire him. Indeed, the best anyone you can hire. He is strong and trustworthy. So the father said, indeed, I wish to wed you one of these my 2 daughters. But the condition, you serve me for 8 years. But if you complete 10, it will be a favor. I do not wish to put you in difficulty. So you will find me if Allah wills from among righteousness. So first of all, he want the one of his daughter to get married to Musa alayhi salam, and also to stay 8 to 10 years. Musa alayhi salam said, that is established between me and you. Whichever of the 2 terms I complete, there is no injustice to me, and Allah over what we say is witness. He said, okay. فَلَّمَّا قَضَى مُوسَى لَأَجَلٍ. And when Musa alayhi salam had completed the term and was traveling to his family, he perceived from the direction of the mountain a fire. Now he is going back after so many years. He said to his family, stay here. Like in the family, the wife was there. Indeed, I have perceived a fire. Perhaps I will bring you from there some information or burning wood from the fire that you may warm yourself. But when he came to it, he was called from the right side of the valley in a blessed spot from the tree. O Musa, indeed I am Allah, Lord of the worlds. Now Allah is calling to Musa alayhi salam in ayah number 30. And he was told, throw down your staff. When he saw it moving it as if it was a snake, he turned in flight and did not return. Allah said, O Musa, approach and fear not, indeed you are of the secure. Insert your hand into the opening of your garment, it will come out white without disease, and draw in your arm close to you as prevention from fear. And those two proofs from your Lord Pharaoh and his establishment. Indeed, they have been a people defiantly disobedient. He said, my Lord, indeed I killed from among them someone I fear they will kill me. Now because he is going back, he expressed his fear. فَخَافُوا أَنْ يَقْتُلُونَ, and I fear they will kill me. And my brother Harun is more fluent than me in tongue. So send him with me as a support, verifying me. Indeed, I fear they will deny me. And now he's, favoring his brother and saying he is more affluent in the language because he has the stammering problem. Allah says, we will strengthen your throne through your brothers and grant your both supremacy, so they will not reach you. It will be through our signs. You and those who follow you will be predominant. But when Musa al-Islam came to them with our signs as a clear evidence, they said, this is not except invent magic. We have not heard of this religion among our forefathers. They are denying the people. And Musa said, my Lord is more knowing than whatever you know, and Allah guide you. Indeed, wrongdoers do not succeed. And Pharaoh said, O eminent ones, I have not known you to have a God other than me. Because Pharaoh is thinking he is a God. And then ignite for me a Haman, a fire upon the clay, and make for me a tower. Now he is making fun of Musa's God. And I may look at the God of Musa. And indeed, I do think he is more among the liars. To whom he is saying? To the Musa. And he was arrogant, and his soldier in the land without right. They thought they would not be returned to. So we took him and his soldier, threw them into the sea. So see how was the end of the wrongdoers. And we made the leaders inviting to the fire, and on the day of resurrection they will not be helped, the people who are falling to Pharaoh. And we caused to overtake them in this world a curse, and on the day of resurrection they will be despised. So here the people, Prophet ﷺ said, there will be a leaders whose words will not be refused because of their fear. Meaning whatever they order, they will be obeyed, even if they are commanded clearly wrong, that they will be entered in the fire. Inshallah, rest we'll see in the part 2. Jazakallah khairan kaseera.